Hi Year 3, it's Mr. Brendan to talk you through Monday's work of Week 6 in English. We're continuing looking at non-fiction texts, and this one is all about volcanoes. It's really interesting. Okay, I love volcanoes, but there are some words in here that perhaps you'll find a bit difficult. So when you're reading through it, underline the tricky words, okay, and you can see if they are in the glossary. Remember, the glossary explains any difficult new words. Okay, once you have read it, like it asks you to do in task 1, talk about the text with someone at home. Okay, any difficult sentences or information that you find tricky, you can also use the dictionary, or perhaps even go online to find the meanings of the word. Okay, so take your time. Like it says, use the punctuation to pause, and each time you've read a small paragraph, just think, do I understand everything in there? Great. So once you've read that piece on volcanoes, you have the questions to answer on the next page. And it says at the top that you'll be able to identify the main purpose of a text, and that you can find information to answer questions. These are things we've done before, but it's great to review and consolidate what we know. So task 1, reread the text on page 70 and then answer the questions below. Question A, what is the purpose of the text? In other words, what does the author want you to know by the end? Have a think about that one. B, how is an active volcano different from a dormant volcano? Again, the answer is going to be in the text. C, what is the main difference between the look of a mountain and a volcano when the volcano is dormant? So what's the main thing that looks different about a mountain and a volcano when it is dormant? And then D, where are volcanoes most commonly found? Question 2 and 3 are going to need you to use a bit of initiative. So question 2 says, use an atlas or map to find the Pacific Ocean. Look around this area and find a volcano marked on the map. What symbol is used? Can you find others? Find and write down the names of 3 volcanoes. Now, if you don't have an atlas or a map at home, okay, we'd usually do this in school, you can look online to try and find a map or an atlas of the Pacific Ocean. Right. If you're really struggling and you can't do this, don't worry too much. Okay, but do try, if you do have access to the internet, to find a map or an atlas of the Pacific Ocean. Question 3. Also, you'll need to use a bit of your initiative. It says, use a book or the internet to find a photograph of a volcano erupting. Write a setting description. Okay, so you're going to describe what that would look like using wonderful adjectives to make it interesting for the reader. Remember, when we do setting descriptions, you need to include what you see, hear, and smell. So what would you see, hear, and smell if you were watching a volcano erupt? Again, look back to page 70, and there'll be lots of tips in there. Okay. In the future, you could use this as a setting for your own story. Ooh, okay, a bit of forward planning there. Great. And then at the bottom, there's a Did You Know fact box, which I'll let you read in your own time. So Monday's work for week 6, a bit different, and it's going to require you to search and inquire to find some more information about the topic we're covering, which is a really useful skill, not just for English, but for all topics that we do in school and moving forward in life. Okay, have fun, and I will see you tomorrow.